What up, everybody? This is Double G from BSPN, and I'm doing the first ever episode of BSPN News. Now, as you know, we have three podcasts in this feed. We Want Winners on the 49ers, Thompson and Clark on the Giants, and the Death Lineup on the Golden State Warriors. But there are also days in which news happens, and this is a podcast to fit in some of the stuff that we can't go over because we're only recording weekly. So on days where stuff happens, I will do a BSPN news podcast. This will be shorter. There will be less analysis. It'll be mostly what's going on. And yeah, so it should be fun. So first off, the Golden State Warriors. There was an injury update for Steph Curry. The team, their PR team, sent out an update, and this was yesterday on February 22nd. Golden State Warriors guard Stephen Curry, who has missed the last 5 games after suffering partial tears to his superior tibiofibular ligaments and interosseous membrane, maybe, as well as a contusion to his left lower leg on February 4th versus Dallas, was recently reevaluated. The reevaluation indicated that Curry is making good progress. He has started various individual on-court workouts, which will continue in the coming days. He will be reevaluated again in 1 week. So what does this mean? So what this means is he's at least going to miss the next 4 games. So what can the Warriors do in those 4 games? Can they go 2-2 and stay course with their 29 and 29 to be 31 and 31? We'll see. If they lose ground, that will be really deflating for the team. Also, no Andrew Wiggins. There was a beat writer for, I believe it was for the Mercury News. She wrote that Andrew Wiggins was not at practice. This would have been Tuesday the 21st. And she said that he was not at practice and he is attending a personal matter. If you remember the game before the All-Star break, he also missed a game, and that was after one of his better games of the season for a personal matter. So whether it's family related or whatever it is, just wish Andrew Wiggins the best of luck. Hope things are okay with him and that he gets back on the court in his own time, but hopefully sooner than later for the team. Steve Kerr also said that the plan is for Klay Thompson to be available for both sides of back-to-backs going forward. Now, that is actually good information, unless on the second game of that back-to-back is when Klay struggles, and we saw this before the All-Star break again. The second game on the back-to-back for Klay was not great. He did not play well. He didn't look like he had much legs. So this may simply be trying to get him into even better shape for the stretch run here as we get to the end of the season. Last thing is that if you've been following the Gary Payton 2 situation, he said that he was not surprised that his physical was flagged. That's great. And Brian and I on the Death Lineup had a conversation where I wondered if the Warriors were actually bamboozled a little bit by the Trailblazers, or maybe they kind of sort of knew, and it was just really about getting off of James Wiseman's contract before it turned over into the extension that 4th year next year. So we'll keep an eye on that as well on the Death Lineup with Brian and myself. We have a little bit of 49er news. It is the Brock Purdy update. Now, I don't know if this is good news or bad news, actually. So from The Athletic, I believe this was Matt Barrows. He wrote that Brock Purdy has postponed surgery to repair his ruptured UCL, ulnar collateral ligament, in his right elbow due to ongoing inflammation. The NFL Network's Tom Pelissero first reported the news. Purdy was slated to undergo surgery on Wednesday, and it didn't happen. Dr. Keith Meister, the team physician for the Texas Rangers, will perform the surgery. Meister has an extensive background in performing elbow UCL surgeries, which are much more common in baseball. Meister recommended that Purdy wait to do the operation after seeing the quarterback on Tuesday, and they will meet again in early March. Now, I've seen other news saying that it shouldn't really matter and that he will still be ready before training camp. I don't even know how anybody can predict that. As we stated before on the breaking news edition of We Want Winners, this surgery is less intrusive, I believe. It's not a reconstruction. So it does allow for him to be back. If he went the full reconstruction route, that would be a much longer time away for him. All right. Now we do have a little bit of little tiny itty bitty bit of Giants news, which is spring training is Saturday. If you've been waiting, the Giants will play on Saturday. And if you did not listen to Thompson to Clark, I want you to listen to the section where Brad and I talked about which players we were kind of excited for of the newcomers, of the players who, not Brandon Crawford. We're always excited to see Brandon Crawford play. But who out of the newcomers are we excited to watch play? Brad mentioned a guy by the name of Brett Wisely, who played in the Tampa Rays organization. And I'm getting kind of excited for Brett Wisely. Brad won me over. So listen to that podcast. Also, let us know if you have any of your own. You can find us at BSPN Shows on Twitter, at Thompson to Clark on Twitter as well for the baseball show. And we have a new website, bspnmedia.com. You could leave reviews of the podcast. You could reach us there as well. And you can always reach me, GG, at bspnmedia.com. I told you we would be out of here quick, under 8 minutes on this very first BSPN News episode. Just a little tiny episode for everybody. Just, get through the news really quickly on your day. So hope everybody has a happy Thursday, February 23rd, one day closer to that weekend. Take care. Thank you for listening. See you when we see you. Peace out.